Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Blue Bridge. And today I'm going to be talking about Chelsea's transfer targets and are we about to make an exciting double swoop? So, a lot of news, a lot of noise coming out of the football club today. Just after yesterday we announced Maresca, and today we're already looking at targets. But before I go on to the targets, there was a news story yesterday about how Maresca would like to work with Roberto Sanchez, and a lot of our fan base are not happy about that. I don't know how to feel about it. Okay, he made a lot of mistakes last year, and I don't think he was that great playing with his feet. Better than Petrovic, but he made a few mistakes, notably that Arsenal goal that led to Declan Rice scoring in that 2-2 draw. But am I going to write the keeper off just yet? Probably not. And you never know. Under different circumstances with a different manager, he may improve his game. I did a video about goalkeepers the other day, but it doesn't look like we're getting any of those free if reports are to be believed. And it looks like we are going to stick with what we have. I personally like that Valles, I think his name is, the Spanish goalkeeper. But if we have to stick with him, we have to see how it goes. And just because he's not been performing well last season doesn't mean that he's not going to improve with a different system. Look at Rudiger. When Lampard was here, Rudiger looked atrocious. Different manager came in, gave him that confidence, gave him a system that suited him, and he became a beast. I was watching a video earlier about Vinicius Jr. as well, how when he started his career at Real Madrid, he was similar to what Modric is like at Chelsea. But now, look at that improvement. So you can't write off a player after just a season. So anyway, I'm going to go on now to the main stories. And two players that we're linked with in today's media. And they are Olise and Sesko. And so Benjamin Sesko. So those are the two players that we are linked with, and both of them have release clauses. I think one is it 60? I think it's £60 million for Olise. Hasn't been communicated, but everyone believes it to be a 60 million release clause in his contract. Because remember, he was close to signing for Chelsea last season, but I don't know what happened. Something happened. I think we were. It was a little bit of tapping up, and Crystal Palace weren't happy with us, and we even had an almost here we go from the main man Fabrizio, and so that's how close it was. But it was a last minute U-turn, as I said, when Palace found out. I don't know whether his agent leaked the clause or something, but the clause was leaked. So we had to pull out of those contract talks. But the talk is that we have never given up on the player and that we're still interested and we want him. We're serious about him. So, but Palace today put out a statement that no official bid or no talks have been happening with Chelsea. So maybe we are eyeing up a bid or talking to his intermediaries just to see whether he's still interested in the move to Chelsea. And if he's interested, then that's when we will put in that official bid. Because it's not a bid, because we know what release clause is. Pay that release clause and he's our man. And so Benjamin Sesko, as we all know, I think it's £55 million release clause now, because it went up because he triggered some of the clauses or something. He met some of the targets. We're playing for Leipzig, and he's another one who Chelsea have been tracking even before he went to Leipzig. We had our eye on him, but the only thing about this one as well is that Arsenal are also interested in the player. And if it was out of the two players, he'll probably go to Arsenal. Let's be honest, it's at the moment they're a more attractive proposition. I can't lie. They're in the Champions League. They are the closest to challenging Manchester City for the league at the moment. They are in need of a striker because Havertz plays there, but he's not really a striker. Jesus isn't a real out-and-out number 9. So he is somebody who can improve their team. So the thing is, I'm not sure if Arsenal have come in for him. But if Arsenal do come in, they'll probably be favourites. The only thing what may be in our favour is the fact that we have let it known that we wanted him for a while now, and maybe we've done a lot of the groundwork and he may feel more wanted at Chelsea. I don't know. Only time will tell. So if we can pull this off, Sesko and Olise, that will be 2 for the price of 1, because earlier this week there was talk from Fabrizio as well that Chelsea are no longer interested in Victor Osimhen. So if Victor Osimhen would have been 120 million pounds, euros, whatever it is. So for one Osimhen, we can get 2 outstanding players, 2 outstanding prospects, I should say. Osimhen has proven himself in France and in Italy. But with Osimhen, not only it's the big price tag, it's also the big wages that he's going to come, that he'll be demanding, and also his injury record isn't great. He's always missed a chunk of every season that he's played in the last 2 or 3 or 4 seasons. And in the Premier League, the rigours of the Premier League, where it's tougher and more demanding, more physical, is his body going to be able to stand up to those demands? He's also more of a Haaland type player, where he's not really involved in the play, doesn't come deep. He's more of a box-to-box striker. Again, that gives us something different if it is, but to pay that sort of money for him, and that we're going to be having to pay that money, because De Laurentiis isn't a man who's going to be bargaining, because we've seen that in the past with him. If he set a fee, that's the fee that he wants to get. There's talk about Lukaku, because obviously we now know that Conte is going over to Napoli, and there's talk that he wants Lukaku. Lukaku has got a great working relationship with Conte, so I can see that one happening. But some reports saying that Conte is a bit too old. De Laurentiis, not sure. But Conte is a man who likes experience. If he's persuasive enough to say this is a guy who can get us back to at the table winning ways, then we know they know what his price is, 38 million, then I think they may go for that deal. If I was a betting man, I'll say yes, Sesko probably to Chelsea, Tony to Arsenal, I reckon, and Osimhen to PSG. That's just if I was a betting man. Those are the odds, I think. So, what do you guys think? Would you take Osimhen if it meant missing out on Sesko and Olise, or would you prefer Osimhen and Olise and not get Osimhen? Stick your comments in the section below. And don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. So I'll be trying to keep up with all the transfer news in this summer. So stay tuned to get all that news and my opinions on the stories. Okay, until the next time, take care. Bye-bye.